chi 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 su tablu chi chin chin la chi chi su so guru pema siddhi hum yin yu jin lu jang sam pema bisa tongpo la yin se chobi nu tum nye pema juni shi su tra kurdu kanto mambi ko chi 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 su tablu chi chin chin la chi chi su so guru pema siddhi hum yin yu jin lu jang sam pema bisa tongpo la yin se chobi nu tum nye pema juni shi su tra kurdu kanto mambi ko chi 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 su tablu chi chin chin la chi chi su so guru pema siddhi hum. Okay, so today, what's the title? Something to do with a date with the Guru Rinpoche, I was told. I hope some of you who are here are not here for, I don't know, assumptions. Anyway, Guru Rinpoche. Now, Guru Rinpoche, to begin with, I have to say Guru Rinpoche is a really special phenomena. It's a really special phenomena. I'll tell you a few things. I have met so many people, you know, like totally non-Buddhist, totally not Buddhist, like English, Australian. I don't know, those who have no clue about Buddhism, nothing. Hippies, you know, like those. And they will, even these people who have no clue about Buddhism, they feel, they say, oh, I like Guru Rinpoche. And I ask them, why? Why do you like Guru Rinpoche? They sort of shrug and they say, I don't know. The guy appeals to me. Yeah, it is quite a strange phenomenon. They seem to like Guru Rinpoche. I don't know. I mean, one would think, you know, there are people who actually prefer Guru Rinpoche. I mean, I dare not say this. Then I think Shakyamuni Buddha is like, you are this, you know, classic savior. You know, bare feet, begging bowl, this serene, San Francis of Assisi kind of look. You understand, very sort of austere, very, you know, like, you know, those are the people who you would, you know, morally, ethically, you would be inspired. Guru Rinpoche, on the other hand, is wearing these strange hats, and even his prayers says he has all these ladies following him, and he wears all kinds of strange outfit. He has beard. He has, not that I'm against beard, mustache, all that. But somehow they seem to prefer Guru Rinpoche. This is interesting, really interesting. And then, when I was in Sri Lanka, now this is really so interesting for me. Sri Lanka is a Theravadan dominated, you know, Buddhist country. So definitely there is no Vajrayana information. And of course, Guru Rinpoche is so associated with, I mean, Guru Rinpoche is Tantra sort of personified, isn't it? So, but when I was in Sri Lanka, and I wasn't even actually there for some spiritual reason, I was there making film. And at that time, a monk, a Theravadan monk, came to see me because he heard there's a Tibetan Lama hanging around in Sri Lanka. So he came to, he said he needed to see me. So I was feeling a little bit like awkward. Why would he want to see me? So anyway, we made an appointment and he came. And then the whole reason why he came to see me was because he said ever since he was young, he dreamed of Guru Rinpoche. And he said he really likes Guru Rinpoche. Okay, this is very interesting for me. Now, those who don't know so much about the sort of geographical situation of Buddhism, for you maybe this is not interesting, but it's a really for if you know that these contexts, it's really special. And I believe tomorrow I'm going to a place where supposedly it's a Theravadan seat, but then I heard they have a Guru Rinpoche statue. Now this is really intriguing again. So Guru Rinpoche, see, among many other things, Guru Rinpoche is also really, how can it fit in your head? He's lotus born? Who will like lotus born? It's like scientifically not possible. You know what I mean? Oh, Shakyamuni Buddha, Prince, Siddhartha, who got tired, who was revolted towards his, worldly life. He renounced. All this story is nice. It's very convincing. But Guru Rinpoche, lotus born, and then, he never dies. Now this is even more strange. For most of you who are already sort of Guru Rinpoche fanatic, for you, of course, it's nothing special. But for a lot of people, this is not that easy to chew. This is not that easy. Yeah. Me, personally, I was born and raised in a totally Guru Rinpoche sort of oriented people. My father was like that. All he thinks about is Guru Rinpoche. My grandfather, my mother, my mother's father and mother, the prayer flags, the statues. Probably in our home there must be at least 100 Guru Rinpoche statues, small, big. And we grow up looking at, prostrating towards Guru Rinpoche's footprint. And we grow up with surrounded by stories like Guru Rinpoche came to this and that place riding a tiger. Skeptics will not understand these things. They say that the bodhisattvas, they do prayers, they do aspirations. They have aspirations. And for instance, like Avalokiteshvara, supposedly he blessed his identity so that he will be known more than any other bodhisattvas, which is kind of true. Avalokiteshvara is sort of, you could almost say, the most favorite. Of course, in Tibet, there's so much Avalokiteshvara going on. India, Avalokiteshvara. At times, maybe Avalokiteshvara may come in the form as another different form, which is, again, something quite interesting. Because see, the moment you cross border, like India border to China, the Avalokiteshvara changes its gender. The Avalokiteshvara becomes a woman. But nevertheless, Avalokiteshvara is known so much, so much. This is because when he was in the early stage of Bodhisattva path, they say that he did so much aspiration that his identity alone will bless and sort of inspire people, beings. And then like Aryatara, the pujas, the prayers we did, she did a prayer that she will never ever become male. that only with the form of a woman, female, she will benefit sentient beings. So each different bodhisattvas, they have different aspirations. So it's believed that Guru Rinpoche, when he was a bodhisattva, in the early stage of the bodhisattva path, Guru Rinpoche did prayers that he will benefit those those who are so stuck with rationalism. You understand? Those who think logically. He blessed himself. He will come and destroy this logic, rationalism. And those who are difficult to be tamed, dulvarka, dulka, meaning difficult to tame beings. Difficult to tame meaning those who only believe in logic. One of them, the most important one. I cannot say that his teachings are irrational. Definitely not. But it is not limited to rational and logical. It's beyond that also. Not saying that it doesn't, it's irrational. It's not like, it's not at all like gibberish, sort of hodgepodge of, some sort of a, I don't know, it has all the reasoning and logic if you like, but it is always a path that goes beyond. I mean, even Guru Rinpoche's manifestation, sometimes he appears as a Shakti Sangye, serene, tamed, gentle, smiling, begging bowl, all that. Other times he is chol, we call it chol, it's like gone, not constrict, basically not really gone wild. I would not say gone wild, but not constricted, not bowing down to the norm. So then we have Guru Rinpoche riding on tiger. Other times Guru Rinpoche appears as a king. Pema Jebo, we call him. The lotus, the Pema Jebo, the king of the lotus. And even his teachings, yes, there are teachings that are sort of your standard sort of step-by-step teachings. There's a lot of that. Even the way it is taught, that master to the teacher to the student, and the lineage, all of that. The view, meditation, action, the ground, the fruit, the path, all that. But many times his teachings also comes in a very different form, such as the treasure teaching. Like we call it Terchu, which is treasure teaching. It's again mind-boggling. It's not necessarily composed. It's not really like someone, sort of thought about it and then wrote these teachings. It just, for those who are so immersed with the Guru Rinpoche, such as the Chokjur Lingpa or Jamgon Gongto Lore Thai, Jingme Lingpa, Longchenpa, because they are so immersed or basically in union with the Guru Rinpoche at all times. When the sentient beings have a good merit, enough merit, many times the teachings just appears as a treasured teaching. This story came to my mind, so I have to tell you this. And it comes also when the right cause and conditions are all there. It just comes. Such as, I know Jimmy Khyentse Rinpoche, how far is it here, from here? 1 hour. He may not like me telling you this, but anyway, Jabji Khyentse Rinpoche, my master, he was in Paris and he was just leaving Paris. And as he was leaving Paris, at the airport, Jigme Khyentse Rinpoche's sister offered him a notebook, empty notebook, just to make notes. And somehow that ended up becoming an auspicious cause and condition. And of course, Jabji Khyentse Rinpoche himself is the Guru Rinpoche, none other than the Guru Rinpoche. So he boarded the plane and he was flying from Paris to New Delhi, non-stop. It just came, the teaching of the Guru Surya Rashmi, Guru Nimayozar, one of the manifestation of Guru Rinpoche. It just came, gushing out. Not composed, I've actually seen the original text, not even one sort of, like crossed or edited or added, nothing, just gushed out. It's incredible, these things happens. After Khenpo asked me to talk about Guru Rinpoche, I was going to give you the transmission of Guru Rinpoche ki Khyentse. It's actually a treasured discovery of Jamyang Khyentse Wangpo, the first Jamyang Khyentse. He wrote I should not say wrote, that, again he came up with this treasured teaching, treasured sadhana to accomplish the Guru Rinpoche. I think it was requested by the first Chokju Lingpa. The first Chokju Lingpa requested him to come up with something very compact and short. So that's the transmission. This is something that I do it every day. So that's the transmission I'm going to give you. I was going to give you. So anyway, yes, Guru Rinpoche, just what can I say? There's just too much things. And by the way, for those who cannot understand things without logic, without a normal, way of thinking, there is also Guru Rinpoche's life story. That is actually like he had a parent and he was born, the usual story you have. If you prefer that kind of more like that kind of version, yeah, there is that too. And then, if you read the supplication, such as the 7-line prayer, Tsigdun Sondep, yes, at glance it looks like, it's not that, difficult to comprehend at glance. But, as you go deeper, this 7-line prayer is not that easy. It's really profound. Nilham Rinpoche actually has a whole commentary on that. Maybe those who wish to really go, deeper into the Guru Rinpoche world, you should consider reading that. I think this is actually translated by Pemakara translation. Anyway, most symbolically, in the most outer sort of form or outer way of explaining Guru Rinpoche, we all know that he was adopted by King Indrabhuti. When King Indrabhuti found him in Dhanakosha lake, which by the way some people think it's in Pakistan. Can you see? Even this is fascinating, you understand? It's in Pakistan, not in Lumbini, not in, it's in Pakistan. Can you think about it? It's like the most volatile place. It's just incredible that, he has to do this. There are some scholars who may dispute this, but anyway. And outerly, Guru Rinpoche, yes, he was adopted by King Indrabhuti. He got sort of fed up with the palace life. He renounced the palace life, and then he studied under many great masters. More on the outer version, he studied under the great, Ananda, so on and so forth. And then, the Guru Rinpoche's life story also has many different angles. Innerly, he was studying under the great Vidyadharas like Shri Simha, like Vimala Mitra. Outwardly, the Buddhists would brag about institute or the universities such as Nalanda or the Brigamalashila universities, those. But when it really matters, the most special teachings, those were not really found from the Nalanda University. This is what, especially the Nyingmapas, these guys, they will say this. They were found in many cemeteries. Actually, sort of the core of the highest teachings, the tantric teachings, are found in the cemeteries. And some prostitute house also, some bar, like Changkhang, we call it, like wine house. This is, there's incredible stories. And if you look into many of the tantric teachings, such as Vajrakilaya Tantra, Guru Rinpoche studied or he got it in the somewhat near Bodh Gaya. There's a cemetery called Tuchusibitsal. And not just Vajrakilaya, Hayagriva Tantra, Malhotra Tantra. Yeah, so the story is, it's very, like outer, inner, and the secret stories. They're all kind of intertwined. It's really intertwined and deliberately made into something so mythical and magical also. This is a deliberate. It's almost like some of these stories are made into something almost like mind-boggling, so that people who love reasoning and logic, they will just go before they turn the 10th page. These kind of stories will kick them out. When they go out, the real tantric masters, they are very happy. This is it. This is what we want. Like stories like, but you see the thing is, these stories can be also very inspiring. One such thing which just came in my mind is like, Bauddha Stupa, Bauddhanath Stupa was built by this old lady who had 3 children. end of the stupa, construction, mother died and the three children, three sons, they continued. And this is really interesting story. Anyway, the oldest son, he did prayer that due to this merit, may I become a king or something like this, who later become King Dzongsar. Anyway, as he was doing the prayers, a mosquito bit him. And he sort of slept on the mosquito and mosquito died. And this mosquito became Lacham Pemasal, the daughter of King Dzongsar. Yes. And the Princess Pemasal basically died almost like a really, really young time. Dzongsar was so sad and went straight to Guru Rinpoche and saying, my beloved daughter died. Guru Rinpoche summoned Lacham Pemasal from the Bardo state and then gave the whole Shito Naradongdu, which is the very famous, most revered teachings of the Bardo, like peaceful and 100 peaceful and wrathful deities teachings, was given for that Pemasal, who, by the way, later, after a few lifetimes, became Longchenpa. Longchenpa used to be a mosquito. Can you this? It's incredible, isn't it? So, in all these, there is these stories. Yes, you can always dismiss them as a myth, fable. When you dismiss this as a fable, the Agadzati is so happy. We managed to, strain them out. But if you want to go, if you are stubborn, you say, no, wait a minute, I'm a believer of this. If you go, then there's another layer of fascinating stories. Such as, Terda Lingpa. Terda Lingpa is one of the great followers of Guru Rinpoche. Incredible. It's like the only thing he can think about is Guru Rinpoche. And in the, Terda Lingpa, in one of his whatever dream or vision or whatever you want to call it, he saw this beautiful palace and supposedly copper-colored mountain. And they were just beginning to have a feast, party, and Terda Lingpa, of course, not wanting to miss the party, just crush the party, he just forced himself in. And there's the Guru Rinpoche. And with all the other Vidyadharas, they are all eating fruits, drinking wine, and all the, the dancers dancing, musicians playing music, etc., etc. Then, of course, Terda Lingpa enjoying thoroughly. But as Terda Lingpa is enjoying thoroughly, he could notice a wall. And somehow he feels that there's something inside this wall. He just felt it. He just can't stop. He can feel that there's something going inside. So he wanted to go in. And he was trying to find a way. But there's no door. I'm making this story short, by the way. It's a really long story. He wanted to go in, but there's no door. Because, what happened was before he entered the, Guru Rinpoche palace, he was, when he was crushing the gate, there was, Hayagriva and Vajrapani as a, what do you call it? Bouncer. I said, who are you? Who do you think you are? You are not invited here. But he said, no, I'm like, I've lived for this guy called Guru Rinpoche. So if I'm not entitled, who is? So anyway, he managed to convince these bouncers. But now inside he has a problem. There's no bouncer, there's no door. But he can hear music going on inside. He can feel it. So he was going round and round this wall, this round wall. So he had to ask somebody, I really want to go in this. How do I do this? There's nobody stopping me, but I can't go in. Anyway, one of the people said, well, for that, to go in there, you need to have a ticket. It's called no inhibition ticket. You have to shrug off all your inhibition and lack of confidence and wholeheartedly jump for it, like. So then, but the moment he thought about, his own inhibition and, all of that, somehow he found himself inside. The inner, the real party was going inside. And who was the sort of the guest of honor, the inside? It's Vajrayogini. This is like the more sort of, what you call it, higher class sort of party going on inside. And nobody's wearing anything. Everybody's naked. And there is no fruits and wine and water and this sort of, this sort of low class food. It's all like blood, bones and flesh of his own also. So you can see that this is what you hear if you are following Guru Rinpoche and his sort of world. So, I don't know, I'm telling you these things just so that you sort of prepare. I think most of you are sort of the kind of, I can see many of you are quite, either you are already too late to get, to quit from Guru Rinpoche world. I need to tell you this. This is so, I really like this one, this piece, written by Mibam Rinpoche, about Guru Rinpoche, okay? I don't think I can translate this well, but I will try, very roughly, but someone should do this. This is such a beautiful, it actually gives me goosebumps every time I read this. Okay, first in Tibetan, he says this. Riksum Jawa dubi ngoyi lama tsensam tembe jinlap chatintar yowa bela kadin tsumi rikzinji lopan soji doji shape dojungi noru jiwi tsukdu gombi kazangdi topa lakal chepe deme ngajigla samna debi nela deba nyeba di nyebe chokdu iche dechiri jiborang dugo. Miham Rinpoche has many songs. And there's two songs you should, those who are seriously studying, you should really look up. There's two songs. One is, he called it under the title of Songs of Happiness, and the other is Songs of Sorrow. This comes in the section of songs, stanzas of how he's happy, how is he happy because of this and that, So, this is what he says. To have this opportunity to even have this idea occurring in my mind that I will think of Guru Rinpoche above my head, who is actually none other than the quintessence of the three roots, embodiment of all the Buddhas. Just remembering his name will shower blessing. Especially he had a special sort of, we are all specially, how should I say, we have a place specially in his heart. When I look at other people who have no merit to have anything or above their head. When I look at people who have not even a curiosity, not even a wish, of course no wish, not even a curiosity to think of anyone above their head, at least I have this wish to put him above my head. And when I think about this, I am so happy that I have devotion towards this person who, first of all, is really, it takes so much merit to have a devotion. Just to have a devotion is difficult. Secondly, it is even more difficult to have a correct being to have the devotion. So Miham Rinpoche is saying, I'm just so happy today to have a devotion to the person who really is the worthy of a devotion. So when I think about this, I'm so happy. So this is one of his songs. I really like this one. Of course, I'm not doing justice in translating. This is so good. In another song, he says this. Mahanguru loten chosi jingo chabdan jambal doji dangi du chubo yiche tebe sonde myungshi ji jijang pobi teshen ji gofar de chele jebi mingzun tsamji kawani meche dungen tabi ningma dowani lungchir rawang sabden tokba katsu du chen meden rezungi na chiborang dugo. I will just condense. He's saying that I cannot understand why people think that Dharma practice is so difficult. To have a devotion towards Guru Rinpoche is easier than blinking your eyes. Blinking your eyes takes a bit of an effort. So to have Guru Rinpoche, to have devotion towards Guru Rinpoche, no effort at all. And within that period of even more easier than blinking your eyes, just the thought of Guru Rinpoche, you are bypassing all the yanas, all the vehicles, all the efforts that you think you have to do. Really, as I said, to hear about Guru Rinpoche, you need to have a different ear. You really need a different kinds of, you need to have a different attitude. You have to, you have to become, I think, like 2 years old. At the same time, you also have to be 90 years old and 30 years old. Everything mixed, you understand? You have to be totally illiterate. You have to be an idiot, but at the same time you have to be a scholar. It's like you have to be mixed all this. Until then, if you don't have that, if you are one of those rational freak, I'm sorry, Guru Rinpoche is not going to enter in your head, heart and head. It's like this. What to do? When Guru Rinpoche was about to depart to, copper-colored mountain, the Tisong Diltsen's son was just so sad. He said, how can you leave me behind? My father died. Shanta Rakshita have left. Vimala Mitras went to China. And Namkhe Nyingpo went to, the south of Tibet. Now you are leaving me. And he fainted. He fainted. And Guru Rinpoche poured water over him and woke him up and said, no, you don't think that. I am going to leave you my, I'm going to leave my mind and my speech and my body with you. So beyond body, speech and mind, that's all him, isn't it? So of course the prince was so excited and, the mind, Just think of me and I'm there already. That's all you need. The moment you think of me, I'm there. That's my representation of my mind. Read all the treasure teachings. That's my representation of the speech. Now, for the body, you see, it's like the concrete. He grabbed a handful of dust and gave it to Lhasa Munitsambam and said, "This is me, my body." And this became sort of the, the beginning of what we call Guru Kutsap. Kutsap is like the representation of the Guru Rinpoche. There's so many in Tibet. There's one in Yarlung Shelda, which is one of my favorite, which has this really gazing eyes. Yarlung Shelda. You can download the photo. It's so beautiful. It's supposedly, that's one of the Kutsap. And you know what happened when the Shaktashiri went with his disciples and his friends? He told his disciples and friends, pointing at the Yarlung Shelda Guru Kutsap, he's saying, "Guys, this is not a statue, not a stone, not a nothing. This is Guru Rinpoche. You guys, this is your opportunity, time to pledge something, to do something good in your life. I don't know, be it like I will quit, smoking every Wednesday or something like this. You understand? Doesn't matter, whatever. Like I will chant this much mantra, I will do this retreat, that practice." Shaktashiri himself, he said, he took out his mala, his rosary, and he held it tightly, and he told his disciples, "Myself, in the presence of Guru Rinpoche, I'm going to pledge that I'm not going to do any prayers from today onwards." And he threw the mala towards Guru Rinpoche's statue. Because Shaktashiri was one of the greatest Mahasandhi practitioners. No prayers, none, just totally. But let's not go into that for now. This is not a license to be lazy, you understand? Is the supreme most diligence. Anyway, enough of this. I'm going to now do the transmission of. Now, I heard that this is live stream. I've been pondering about this. Are they going to receive this transmission? I think so. I have few reasons for this. Because sometimes, even when we receive transmission from the lamas in places like Nepal and India, many times Lama is sitting on the throne and you are sitting way out there, you understand? You only hear through mic, and it's still considered, receiving the transmission. Since this is happening now, live situation, I guess you can consider this as that you have received the transmission. So, first, Nama Lama Deshi Deviko Concha Sumjira Janataran Chachu Nama Lama Deshi Deviko Concha Sumjira Janataran Chanchu Bada Jazuji Nama Lama Deshi Deviko Concha Sumjira Janataran Chanchu Bada Jazuji Nama Lama Deshi Deviko Concha Sumjira Datan Simjana Janju Bada Jazuji Semje Dog in the Lama Sanje Dog Semje Dog in the Kanla Kandu Chiniji Draw, Joe, Samji Draw, some Kanla Draw, Lama Edom, Kandrashik, Eda, Pemidana, Lama is Chino Sonach, Jadi, Sahadro, Sancho. Nimbo Simjin Dundon, Yanda, Doji, Dunto Show. There's a refuge, and there's the bodhicitta, and followed by the 7 branch prayers, accumulating merit through prostrations, confession, making offerings, rejoicing, asking the Buddhas to turn the wheel of the Dharma, and asking the Buddhas to remain in the samsara, to enlighten sentient beings. And after that, Khyentse is basically visualizing the Guru Rinpoche. So, Dunji Namgarani Long, Sancti Pemani did the Kusum Java did, so Lam Pemanjum, Karman Dante, shooting Pesha, some picture, so Chai Dojit, Embedments, to Moyana, Dojit, Chitun, Kusum to June, just some Chusum. As the last stanza indicates, the color, the shape, the attributes are really not that important. Just the mere confidence that Guru Rinpoche is in front of you. If you want to elaborate his look and his gesture and his outfit, you can, according to your wish. For the tendril or for auspicious reason, it would be good if you can visualize the Guru Rinpoche majestically, beautiful, pleasant, radiant, and brilliant. So if you can visualize that. And then, after visualizing this, you chant a supplication. Khyentse, Chogun, Pamajun, Cordo Condrom, Cheches, Daruj, Ginger of Jesus, good Pama City home. Oh, Ginger, Pamacus, Yamtin Chogun, Pamajun, Cordo Condom. Cheches, Daruj, Ginger, Jesus, good Pama City home. Pamacus, Yamtin Chogun, Pamajun, Cordo Condom, Cheches, good Pama City home. So that's the 7-line prayer, known for, the origin of the 7-line prayer is, again, like we were talking earlier, it's like beyond our ordinary conceptions. It is actually the sound of the Dharmata. It's not composed. It's the sound of Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya. If you really want an author that wrote this or that said this, you can say it's also all the Dakinis, in unison, sort of all the Dakinis instantly together. They came up with these prayers. So you can understand it that way too. And then after that, if you want, you can also chant Om Ahum Benzagur Pemasiti, Om Ahum Benzagur Pemasiti, Om Ahum Benzagur Pemasiti, Om Ahum Benzagur Pema Tettingzel. Benza Samaya the city Pala Om Ahum Benzagur Pema Tettingzel, Benza Samaya the city Pala Pema Tettingzel, Samaya the city Pala. So there's a 2 set of Guru Rinpoche mantra. One is more sort of the heart, sort of the heart mantra, or the general mantra. The longer one is sort of to accomplish or invoke his blessing and his protection and compassion. And then Also, if you like, you can add to some sanji guru rinpoche. This one comes as a tragic teaching of the Chogyur Lingpa. And then at the end, Lamin Sumdusumle Vezirimnachi, Wangito Lamji Gumbin, Tani Rantim, Londe Chugu Ranjal Da. At the end, the Guru Rinpoche in front of you. You can elaborate by visualizing light coming from his forehead, throat, heart, and all together, and dissolve through your forehead, throat, heart, dispelling, purifying all your defilements, receiving all the abhishekas, and at the end, Guru Rinpoche himself dissolve into you, you and Guru Rinpoche become inseparable. In that state, you remain just watching this moment thought, just watching this moment mind. It could be something so mundane and ordinary, such as the humming of the air condition. It could be something interesting. It could be very hideous. Emotions, sadness, depressions, joy, excitement, whatever it is, just watching it without any fabrication, no attempt to contrive, just watching, and totally appreciating that this moment, naked cognizance is the quintessence of the Guru Pamasambhava. At the end, Gyawadi Nyututa, Ujjana Madhuju, Tawachi Chamadu, Tesala Kivarsho, dedicated. May this merit of supplicating to Guru Rinpoche, may all realize the innate Guru, the inner Guru Rinpoche Pamasambhava that is presiding, that's residing, that's with us at all times. No decreasing, no increasing, no decay, not born, not dwelling, not ceasing. So that's it. That is, this set of sadhana is composed by Jamyen treasure, sort of taken by Jamyen Khyentse Wangpo at the request of Chogyur Lingpa. I think that's about it. I think we have maybe one or two, few minutes for maybe one or two questions. Are you sure you have questions? What kind of questions can you have?
Actually, there's a question on actually the second topic of tonight's teaching, which is how do we use our Buddhist faith to benefit people or help others around us?
Wow, that is a very big question. It can come in many different ways. So many different ways. It can be even not involving at all, because you are a troublemaker. Why should you mess up things? Stay out of, you will help others by you not being there. You understand? That could be it also. You understand? Save the world by not being there. You understand? And on that regard, just, do prayers. It may sound very selfish, but not necessarily. I would like, of course. Then, if you must do something, yes, do. Oh, so many. I don't know. It could be, I'm serious. It could be, like giving up some of your old genes to Salvation Army, right? Salvation Army. Is it? Salvation, what do you call them? Sort of, what do you call them? These charity shops. Yeah, it could be that, or it could be go to David Jones and buy a nice shirt for yourself and think that I'm going to boost my confidence. I'm, after all, a Guru Rinpoche follower. Today I'm going to wear a nice shirt and walk around in the street so that I pray that whoever sees me, they will somehow, one way or another, get connected to Guru Rinpoche. That also works. I'm serious. I'm not being cheeky here. And this is how it is. The Buddhist way to help is enormous. It's like it should not be sort of limited and narrowed down to a certain way only. Yes, if you have, by all means, build a hospital. But if you think that building a hospital is just going to sort of boost your ego, like Shantadeva said, if you find a snake falling on your lap, what do? You just panic and you, what do you call it? You just I don't know, you run, right? Likewise, in the at the opening ceremony of your hospital, that which you build, if your ego is popping up, run, just like a snake falling on your lap. That's not the, like that. In everything, be a renunciant. Go to a cave, give up everything, give up your everything, and stay in the mountain or cave, meditate. If that's going, that could help sentient beings. But if there is a chance to benefit sentient beings by becoming the Prime Minister of Australia, never say no. Never, one should say. And this is serious. Because I know there's so many of my own friends here, I can see some hippies. These hippies, they think that, like being a politician and being a, a CEO of a bank is such a, materialistic thing to do. We don't know, because being a hippie can be very materialistic. They are so attached to their grass-made soap. They are so attached, and they are so attached to. Some of my hippie friends are the most right-wing people. They're so conservative. They have a certain values. You are not supposed to be stuck with any of one value. And so you should be ready. You should be really, if it is benefiting sentient beings. But then, of course, a young bodhisattva, young practitioner don't even know what is going to benefit sentient beings. We don't actually know what will actually benefit. Because, of course, I can always give you this, and you can all consider me as, very generous that I'm giving you, what's this? Berry? Blackberry. But who knows, this could lead you to problems too, right? So, what do? Jambal payu, chidar chambata, kundur sambati, teshin teda, kunji jisuda, this is what there is even a prayers that say, well, actually I like to do prayers for the benefit of sentient beings, but I actually don't know what will benefit them. So, whatever this guy called Manjushri or Avalokiteshvara, they are praying, I am praying that their prayer will work. This is probably good one. This is probably good one. Because they know what is necessary and when is necessary, right time, right place, right situation. We don't know. We really don't know. Okay?
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Maybe 2 more questions and then we will wrap.
Can I please request, can I ask to receive the composition of the Khyentse that you wrote on the plane?
You mean the composition, Guru, Surya Rashmi. There is actually the whole sadhana. In fact, about a year ago, bunch of Indians came to me. Yeah, this is another thing. Indians. They said they are really liking Guru Rinpoche. No. Really? Because, Indians, they have a history of Nagarjuna and all that, but, very small, almost non-existence about the Guru Rinpoche account in the Indian history of Dharma and all that. But anyway, these guys too. And by the way, it's really interesting. Maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but yeah, the bunch of Indians. Some of them were strong Hindu, what do you call it? Really sort of Hindu right wing. Yeah. And the others were really, really strong Muslims. Anyway, they all came to me and said, they like Guru Rinpoche. They want to build a statue of Guru Rinpoche. They want to build something exactly like one in Bhutan. Then I thought, look, I appreciate your sort of, excited, but let me give you a different idea. I said, why don't you build Guru Rinpoche, but not the one that Bhutanese and Tibetans are building? Why don't you build Guru Surya Rashmi? Because he actually looks a bit like a Shiva. Because they are going to build very big, and the local people will find the Tibetan version of Guru Rinpoche a bit strange, with a hat and So now they built Guru Surya Rashmi, who is sort of with a tiger skin skirt, half naked, just like Shiva. So I think the local people also, they can relate. It's in Pune, it's near Pune. And I think actually, Guru Surya Rashmi, each of the Guru Rinpoche manifestation has its own sort of unique, essential path. Guru Surya Rashmi, among many, Guru Surya Rashmi is something to do with the authentic presence. Because according to the Guru Rinpoche Tantra, we lack authentic presence. We are just not authentic. There's always a bit of a mending here and there, you understand? So the authentic presence, to have too much critical thinking, not trust. You understand? So, probably a good thing to do. I was sort of also in the mind of promoting Guru Surya Rashmi, because you go to places like Bhutan, Guru Dorje Dole, this sort of the wild Guru Rinpoche is everywhere. So I thought maybe it's time to sort of make people know the other Guru Rinpoche. Probably Australians might like Guru Pema Jungne. Just came in my mind because Guru Pema Jungne is always sort of what do you call it? Scantily clad, sort of always very naked. Yeah. Pema June. I have a feeling the Guru, Australians might prefer this one. Guru Pema June, the blue one, the lotus bone. Actually, the Guru lotus bone is a blue one, naked, and completely yes, that's why the Australians, the sort of the essence of this Guru Pema June is how to be at ease. At ease? The Australians, they like this, no? At ease, at ease. But how to really be at ease? That's what the Australians would like it. Okay, one more, and then, okay.
Is there a melody or music that is good for the seven-line prayer? Or is there a teaching that is about the music for the seven-line prayer?
So many, and you should create one. Since you are a musician yourself, why don't you create one? And then there's actually a group of choir in New York who has even done a choir, sort of, fine, no problem. You should do it. Whichever. This is what Khandro Yeshe Tsogel said. Khandro Yeshe Tsogel said, go up to the mountain. Look towards the southwest. Look face towards southwest. Just, what do you call it? Sort of scream and shout and, just express your longing to Guru Rinpoche, however you like, whichever way it moves you. And it makes you so naked. Because you see, at the end, what we really want is to really experience the nakedness of the mind. Okay, I think that's it. I'm sorry, I've been moving a lot in Australia this time. I never realized Australia is this big. 5 hours of flying here, there. So I'm not that fresh. I'm not really thinking fresh. I may have said a lot of not so cohesive things. I'm sorry, but basically, those who have connection to Guru Rinpoche, yes, it's easier than blinking your eyes. Don't think that enlightenment is difficult to achieve. Just think of Guru. Consider job done. I'm not saying this. This is people like Geshe Tsogel, they say this. And I think we should trust her. She is quite a... Actually, many people like Longchenpa, Jigme Lingpa, they say Guru Yapyum. She's the female version of Guru Rinpoche. So, but anyway, she said this. Thank you.
Okay, don't leave yet. We are not finished. We need another 10 minutes of Rinpoche's time. Please grant us. And today we want to show our appreciation and gratitude to Rinpoche for being here. And even though you said that you are just sharing and you're tired and all that, we benefited so much. Yes. So thank you, Rinpoche.